Actually, on this note, she's talking about how I work for Louis Vuitton and fell into a career where I get to work with these cool artist collaborations. And this is just to tell you, like, I almost did not finish my application for the role that I originally applied to at Louis Vuitton. So I'm going to paint the picture for you guys. At the time, I was working for a company in New York called Organic Avenue. It was like a juice company, kind of like Juice Press. And I randomly, I'm trying to remember, I went through actually like a breakup. I think that was the catalyst. I went through a breakup and I actually, I don't know if I can share that on here, but basically I had some things happen that made me just be like discontent with my job that I had at the time. So anyways, I came across Louis Vuitton had an opening for a compensation and benefits coordinator. And I had been doing payroll at the company Organic Avenue. It's like my first job when I moved to New York. So I started to do the application, and halfway through the application, I go, who am I kidding? Like, I am not, like, I could never work in fashion. I'm not fashionable. I mean, at the time I carried like a vegan leather handbag. I just was not someone who was, I felt very intimidated by it actually. And so I didn't finish my application. And then I got one of those pings, like, I don't know, a day later that was like, complete your application for Louis Vuitton. And it was just one of those things where I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to do it. And I was shocked at how quickly I got a response, and went in and, you know, I think nailed my interview, got my job. But it was one of those things where, like, now 10 years later, thank God I didn't listen to that voice in my head that was like, you can't keep up with fashion, or this would be like Devil Wears Prada. Can I tell you, I work with some of the nicest, most talented, most respectful people, and it is not like what I thought going into it. The thing that intimidated me to not apply there or not finish my application in the first place. So this is just to say, if you have that kind of like imposter moment where you're like, I can't do this, I shouldn't do this, take my story as an example. And especially like someone who went from compensation and benefits, which is like an HR function, to visual merchandising, which is ultimately like what I love to do. And I'm so happy to work for a company that supported me in that mobility transition. It's kind of unheard of at other companies to do that move. It's not so unheard of at Vuitton. So, yeah, this is just your sign. Don't listen to the imposter voice in your head. If I had done that, I wouldn't be sitting here today having 10 years working at one of the best companies, in my opinion, in the world, and wouldn't have had the amazing experiences and growth that I've had in the process. So, yeah, maybe that helps somebody. Cheers.